Everyone, it's Melissa and welcome back to my channel. On this video, we'll be making a jewelry set using the newest Softlex Company Design Kit. Before we start creating, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It helps my little channel grow, and I will leave links down below in the description for the items I am using in this video if they are still available, as well as all other Halloween tutorials. Let's start creating. We're going to start by making the earrings first to our jewelry set. You will just need some ear wires. I am using some 4mm beads, 6mm jump rings, 2 eye pins. You can always make your own eye pins out of Softlex craft wire, 2 of these really pretty beads, 2 moon charms, and 2 little rondelles. To start, we're just going to open up our jump rings and attach our moons to our eye pins. And when we open up a jump ring, we're just going to gently twist side to side and add our eye pin. We'll give it a close, and then I like to take my pliers and just give it a gentle little squeeze on the eye pin to make sure everything is nice and secure. We wouldn't want to lose our charm. We're going to open up our jump ring, add on our moon and our eye pin and give it a close, and you should hear that little click if it's secure. So we have our little moons on our eye pins. We're going to add on a 4mm sparkle bead, one of our little gray beads, a rondelle, and a gray bead. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. And now we are just going to make our loops. You could use your round nose pliers, but I will be using a one-step looper. It gives me the perfect loop every time. So we're just going to slide it into the tool, and then we're going to give it a squeeze. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. And we will have our perfect loops. Now I'm just going to take my round nose pliers and make sure that the loop is completely closed. I'm going to grab my ear wires, and since the moons are reversible and two-sided, doesn't matter which way that you add them on, the plier and close up our ear wire, and we have our cute little moon earrings. Just going to do the same thing on the other side and give it a close. And we have our little earrings to match our necklace. Start creating our necklace to match our adorable earrings we just made. I am using beads from the Gone Batty Jesse James bead strand and some crystals. I'm using size 11 seed beads in a purple, some 4mm sparkly beads, these 2 beautiful check glass. They just kind of reminded me of a cloudy sky with the moon. And then I went ahead and did the same thing that I did with my earrings and just put the moon on an eye pin, and then I connected it with a jump ring. And I have my 2 pumpkin charms. And the really cool thing about this necklace is it is reversible. So we'll have pumpkins on one side, jack-o'-lanterns on the other side. So it's like pumpkins under the moonlight. I am using Softlex wire and onyx. You could also use it in a purple amethyst. I think that would be really pretty to complement the seed beads. To start, we're going to cut about 26 inches of our Softlex wire. And I know that seems like a lot for the necklace, but we're going to be doing kind of a little loop technique, so we'll just need a little bit more Softlex than normal bead stringing. This is kind of like a statement charm necklace. So we are using some of the larger beads, but they are super lightweight. To start, we're going to use one of our large sparkly beads, and we're just going to slide that on to our Softlex wire. We want to make sure that it's in the middle. Now, it doesn't matter which side of Softlex wire you use. We're going to pick up 20 of our size 11 seed beads. And what's great about the Softlex wire is it acts as a needle. So you don't have to pick up these little tiny beads with your fingers. So we're going to pick up 20 and then 20 seed beads. Now, before we pass back through our bead, we're going to add on our charm. And I'm going to put my little moon in the center. We're just going to slide it over the soft flex wire. Depending on the size of seed bead that you're using, the 6mm jump ring should slide right over the size 11 beads. And this is just going to allow it to move freely. If it's getting caught on some of the beads, you might want to use a larger jump ring, such as a size 7mm or 8mm. So making sure that your center bead is still in the middle of your soft flex wire, we're going to take our wire and just pass back through that bead. And this is going to create like a little crown, and you're going to have your little moon on the bottom of your very sparkly bead. And this is also a great time to double check and make sure you're in the middle, because we're going to do that technique a few more times. And if it's a little off center, just gently move your bead on your soft flex wire until it's centered. So we'll just make any adjustments if needed. Now we're going to add on some more sparkle, little 4mm bead, and just let that slide down. So we have our large gray check glass, and then I'm adding on 18 seed beads. And we're going to add on one of our little jack-o'-lantern charms. Now it doesn't matter which way you add this on. We'll just do the same thing on the other side. So for this one, it's going to have the pumpkin side. So we'll just make sure we do the same thing on the other side. So that's what's nice about having double-sided charms, is you can make reversible style necklaces. So we have our soft flex wire. We're just going to pass back through our large check glass bead and give it a pull. And we're going to get our little halo again. And then we just want to make sure that everything is nice and secure. We have that little spacing of the small bead. We have our necklace. So I'm going to move back over to this side and do the same thing. So that way my little pumpkins or jack-o'-lanterns are facing the same way. We're going to add on that little sparkly bead, 4mm, our beautiful check glass, and we're going to pick up 18 seed beads. So we have our 18 seed beads and we have our jack-o'-lantern charm. So we have our charm, and we're just going to pass back through our check glass. When you pass back through, you want to make sure that it doesn't go through any of our seed beads. Then we're just going to give it a pull. And we have our little pumpkin charms or jack-o'-lantern charms facing the same way. So we have our little jack-o'-lanterns and our moon charm. We're going to add one of our little sparkly beads, one of our super sparkly larger beads, and we're going to pick up 5 seed beads. Our 5 seed beads, we're going to add in one of our little sparkly beads again, our silver finding, a 10mm crystal, a silver finding, and a 4mm sparkle bead. We're going to pick up 5 more seed beads. And we're going to pass back through our larger bead. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Add in our sparkle bead, our larger bead, we're going to pick up 5 seed beads. We're going to pick up one of our little sparkly beads. And we're going to repeat the same pattern that we did on the other side. And then we're just going to pass back through our larger bead again. And now we're just going to add beads to the rest of the necklace, and this is just going to be basic bead stringing. We have our necklace. I'm just going to start by adding on a 4 mm little metallic bead. And then I have these beautiful beryl beads, and they are in a crystal AB, and they are from Stars Beads and Bedoria, that they could be like little stars twinkling in the cloudy sky on Halloween. So we'll add those for sparkle. And then I have these check glass beads. So I'm going to slide those on. And I'm just going to repeat my pattern. So we have lots of sparkle in this necklace. Just keep adding on the beads and jump rings. I love to add jump rings to my clasps for a couple reasons. One is if the necklace is too short or the bracelet, instead of having to restring the project, you could just open up the jump ring and even add like a little length of chain or a few more jump rings just to make it adjustable. And the second reason is just in case you don't like your clasp or you find one in the future that might match the project a little bit better, you could just open up that jump ring without having to restring the project. So we're going to attach our 2 parts of our toggle to each jump ring. And just a gentle twist. Slide. That's also great if you are giving this as a gift and you're maybe not sure the size, you can just always adjust it. And then give it a close. And when we're adding on our clasp, it doesn't matter which way we're going to add the clasp. If you want to do the toggle bar first or the circle, I'm going to add on my 2x2 on one side. And then one side of my clasp, I'm going to take my soft flex wire and pass back through my 2x2. And I want to leave just a little bit of wiggle room with the soft flex wire and the jump ring so it can move freely so it doesn't cause tension on the necklace. We're going to take our pliers and give it a little smash. And then we're going to rotate, and this is just going to round the 2x2 and give it a more professional finish. Now we have just a little bit of a tail for soft flex. We're just going to take our nippers and trim. And we have one side of our beautiful necklace completed. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. We're going to take our 2x2 and slide on that jump ring and just pass back through our 2x2. Now we want to make sure that our loops are fairly the same size. And we're going to do the same thing with our pliers. Let's go and smash and rotate. We're just going to take our pliers and trim. And we have our beautiful jewelry set, perfect for Halloween and spooky season. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It helps my little channel grow. And check out also all other Halloween tutorials. Have an awesome day.